All right, so this is what we're looking at. Not good. And I knocked off the transducer also, but that's an easy fix. Nobody is more mad than me at me, because I'm normally very careful. I just was tired and I was in a hurry, and I thought I knew what I knew, and I didn't. Thing about driving up here is you get locals that know the area so well that they'll cut through these things that you think you can go through, and they know they can go through, but they go a certain way. And the other thing is, you can't trust just because somebody did it that it works. Maybe they got lucky. Maybe they hit a little something I don't know they hit. So you gotta follow the buoys, but it was a hair-raising day for a guy with no hair.
It's been a long, long time coming. It's been a long, long, long time. It's been a long, long time coming. It's been a long, long, long time.
Well, folks, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Today I'm heading into town to do some errands and get some firewood. I'm going solo. Jacqueline has a lot of work to do today, so the lake is calm, so I'm going to cruise in and get a few things. One, like I just said, firewood. We don't have any dry firewood out here other than scraps from under the cottage, some boards and stuff. And so we're just going to get a cord of birch and have it out here ready to go. That'll get us through this fall, probably in the spring. We're gonna go do that. I'm gonna go do that. And the other thing I'm gonna pick up is a package. We're getting a firewood carrier so that we can carry firewood from outside of the house inside of the house without getting our clothes all dirty. And also a pump for our gas cans to go into the boat so we can fuel the boat out here without spilling fuel all into the lake. It's not a good day. And so it's a lot cheaper too to get it at the store and bring out gas cans. Plus we own all the gas cans. The last thing I'm getting is a new prop. You guys probably know, some of you may know, and I'll talk about it a little bit in an episode. I hit a rock, or a reef as they call them out here, and dinged up our prop, had to get a new prop. We fixed the old one as a backup and put a new prop on, hit the skeg a little bit, which is the guard under the prop, which needs to get fixed at some point. And one of our viewers reached out and said, hey, I work for a prop company, I'm gonna send you a prop. I'm not gonna argue with that. So Turning Point Props down in Florida sent us a new prop that I'm gonna pick up today as well. And he said, this one's better suited. Apparently you can tell by just listening on our videos with the boat engine, and my father-in-law always says that too. He said, listen to your engine, always listen to your engine. So I'm gonna go get a new prop and try to get it put on before the end of the season. I'm gonna really, really do my best to do that. Got to find the time, and this prop is getting us through, so we'll see how that goes. But today I'm gonna go get all that stuff and hopefully be back within 3 or 4 hours. That's my afternoon. I'm gonna take Bella with me. There she is. Those are the coolest things. Gary, the owner of the marina, drives that around and puts the big boats in there in the sling and drives them down to the water and puts them in. How he's pulling them out, because we're at the end of the season. When we first got here, it was constant traffic driving the boats down to the lake. Now it's a lot of traffic driving the boats from the lake. So the stuff that you never have seen before until you own a boat or spend time at a marina. So it's pretty cool. I don't know, I think it's pretty cool. That's how I roll. Now, as much as I love being at the cottage off grid, doing our own thing, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it feels good to come into town and be around people. I'm kind of a people person until I'm not a people person, but I like to meet new people, i.e. us being on the road and meeting people in the desert and on the lake and all that stuff. But sometimes it's nice to get away from the out in the middle of nowhere where you really don't talk to anybody else for days. I mean, Jacqueline, of course, she's my person, she's my buddy, so we hang out, but it's nice to meet new people in town. Can you tell I'm winded? It's not that much of a workout, but it's a long walk up to get our truck. Anyway, I like being in town. I like being around new people, hanging out, so I'm just gonna take my time today. Sun doesn't go down until around 8, so I have plenty of time to hang out and do my thing. Beautiful day. Look, this is our parking spot. We used to be down at the end here where that big boat is. That's a cool boat. It's actually one of my favorite boats, so I'm glad it's parked there because I really like that boat. Super, super cool. And then they moved us over here. So this is where we park. It's about a 2-minute walk, 2.5-minute walk, maybe 3-minute walk up here, depending on how fast you go. So this is where we leave our truck and our trailer. There it is. We haven't named the trailer yet. The boat's named Bella, but I don't know. I'm probably not gonna name the trailer. I don't see any reason to. I can't believe I just wasted 10 seconds of your time talking about that. I sincerely apologize. So now, to go get packages. Packages, packages, packages. All right, so I got here and look at all this firewood. This is crazy. Look at that firewood. I'm gonna get out of your way. So they buy it from loggers, and then the loggers bring it in and they chop it up. They started the business for their kids, and then the kids kind of took it over, but they do construction as well, so it's pretty cool. So what is this thing?
It's a full firewood mill. Logs come on 8-foot lengths. They go back, hit that saw, get cut into 16, 14-inch lengths, drop down, split, and then up those conveyors into the piles.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you run this?
Yeah, yeah. I can show you the cab if you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you still have all your fingers?
Yeah, I still got all my fingers.
Good.
And then the big saw is all controlled from this stick, and there's the splitter. It actually has a auto splitter that'll run off of this trigger here. And then these 3 levers control that, and the wedge there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that is really cool.
Yeah, and then that's actually a modified hay bale elevator from, I want to say 43.
1943?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's got now has a rubber conveyor belt on it. Originally it had a chain link system kind of deal going. We ended up having a bunch of problems with that, so we switched to the actual rubber conveyor belt.
Okay. What's your name?
Brody.
Brody. Nice to meet you, Brody.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Yeah. Thanks for the tour.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Well, that was fun. Really nice people. And I thought there were going to be little bags of wood, but it's one big bag, so I have to load all of this into the boat. Oh well, I might stop. Well, I wish I would have brought a tarp. I did not bring a tarp. I'm really bummed at myself. But I think, oh, you know what? There might be a blanket on the seat back here. Yep, I have a packing blanket. I'll put that on the floor of the boat, and then we won't have all the birch bark and stuff as much. So we're gonna get out of here, and I'm gonna get out of here. I'm used to having Jacqueline with me, but I'm gonna get out of here, and we'll get back to the house and get back to the cottage. See if I have any string.
I think we're ready to go.
Hey everybody, welcome to another Healthy Living Tip with Dave. Today I'm talking about how to measure your health and the importance of staying healthy in today's...
Whoa. Wait a minute. You really think you can take over this bit from me?
I was doing the thing with people.
No, this is
about
my
the
thing.
health and
No. This is my thing, not yours. Welcome to another Healthy Living Tip with Jacqueline. Today, really, do you have something better to do? Sorry, you guys. Today, I wanted to talk about ways to measure your health. So you've heard about BMI, body mass index. However, that really doesn't differentiate between men and women, so it seems kind of unattainable. So another way that you can measure your health is your waist circumference. Now, a healthy waist circumference for men is 37 inches or less, and for women, it's 31.5 or less. Of course, you can always measure your body fat too. If you have one of those scales that measures body fat, those can work. A caliper test at the gym works even better. So for men, a body fat of about 18% or less, and for women, 25% or less. If you don't know, I do coach a program for healthy living, weight loss, those kinds of things, and you can check it out on my Facebook page, Jacqueline Hudson Coach, or you can send me an email at theborderhookups@gmail.com, and I'm going to show you another healthy client transformation. And that's been another Healthy Living Tip with
Dave. A lot of work. I put my I keep my weight, that's not my weightlifting belt, but my support belt in the boat now, thank goodness. Except I brought all our gloves up to the cottage to work up there, and I didn't have any gloves in the truck. I stopped at Canadian Tire, bought a $5 pair of gloves because I wasn't gonna wreck my hands, especially being a musician. No. Best $5 I ever spent right here. Good stuff, so almost done. Well, I'm incredibly happy that we didn't get a cord or even a half a cord. I'm putting some of the bigger ones, the heavier ones up front in the bow of the boat. If you don't know where the bow is, that's the front. And that way we're not going across the lake like this. Need to get the bow down a little bit. And so I probably have 1.5 more carts to go, and we'll be on our way. I'll be on my way. Man, it's a workout, but I saw a guy at the dock here and he looked at me and he goes, "That's a lot of work." I said, "Well, it's cheaper than going to the gym." So there you go. It's a lot, but it's a beautiful day. Got the sun in my eyes. I'm just trucking home. And like I said, I'm just gonna take it slow. I'm listening to some music. It's a beautiful, calm night. This is what makes it worth it for me. And I was gonna say something, and I've been meaning to say this for a while, since we kind of switched over to the cottage living for now, for the summer months. I wanted to say thank you to everybody who hung in there with us as we switched over our content. And one thing that we always told ourselves is we would never let the channel dictate our lifestyle. So when we said we're gonna move and start to do the cottage thing in the summer, we were nervous. We were really nervous. We didn't know if people would come with us. And it's always a scary thought when you put 5 years into building your channel and then you make a change like that and you don't know. You just don't know. And so I just wanted to say thank you everybody who came along with us and stayed with us, and the new people who jumped in and hopefully stay with us as we move back into the RV in a month or so and start traveling again. And then we'll be back out here again in the spring. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been an adventure. It's been an experience. I was looking at some old footage today as I was naming clips, and I looked at our videos from when we first got here to the cottage, and frightening. We looked disheveled, we looked exhausted, we looked a fish out of water, but we made it, and we're getting there, and every day is an adventure, and we love it that you guys come along and learn along with us, because it's not scripted. What you see is what's real and what we're going through, and we kind of put it out there. So one thing I've learned about YouTubers is give them a little slack, cut them a little slack, because they're really throwing their lives out there, and we can appreciate that now after 5 years. Anyway, I got to get going, and thanks for spending the day with me. Appreciate you guys. I wanted to say one last thing. You probably noticed in the clip I just did, I didn't have my life jacket on. I did not have my life jacket on. I was in the bay, but I should still have it on. And a lot of you guys are saying, happy to see that you're wearing life jackets. We never took it that seriously. We're not boaters. And then we started to talk about it and said, I think that's pretty important, because you can get knocked out of the boat, you can hit your head, you can hit a wave that you don't see coming, hit a rock. And so I have it on. And the other thing I have on is this guy right here, tethered to my life jacket, especially since I'm by myself. If I hit one of the things that I just mentioned and I end up outside of the boat, well, the boat keeps going. So I make sure I'm tethered in. I have my life jacket, I have my hat, I have my sunglasses somewhere here. Thank you to my brother and my sister-in-law for giving us these sunglasses. Love them, love them, love them, and they float. There, safety first, and now we're on our way. Let's go. So I feel like I'm on Eyewitness News, but since we're talking about props and rocks, that buoy right there, you can see, it's tough to see on this camera, but that buoy right there is the one that I went around the other side of. There's an island over here, you can see, and that buoy, and you way past, a little past the buoy, maybe 50 feet, 100 feet, is a huge rock sticking out. Now the water can go up and down a foot out here because it's decided by Ottawa, from what I'm told, and the Winnipeg River has hydro plants all over it, electricity plants and dams. So they raise and lower the dams, or the river first, and then it affects the lake. So one day that rock might be showing, the next day it's not showing, and we've seen birds sitting on it, but at least I didn't hit that. If I would have hit that, it would have ripped my lower unit off the boat. So yeah, it was close, but it could have been worse. That's my buoy. We always forget that when we come to dock, we come around and then we steer into the dock, and our waves, right when we're about to pull up to the dock, our waves catch up with us and start pushing us in. So we have to remember to come in slow, wait for our waves to get ahead of us, and then come in. Otherwise we get the ocean pushing us into shore. Something to remember. We're home. Got this, came in the mail. It's a little firewood carrier, so I don't have to hold it in my arms and beat my arms up. My arms are already pretty scratched up from reaching in that little cart at the marina. So we'll see how this does. It's canvas. Looks like it's pretty heavy duty, but we'll find out, you know. It's heavy duty only if you use it for 3 years and it doesn't break. I have faith. I have a lot of faith in this. So we'll see how it goes. Let's try it out. Works pretty slick. I like it. So far, so good. We'll put it in our store. Anything we like, we put in our store. If we don't like it, we don't put it in our store, because we're not gonna have you guys potentially purchase something that's not good. So I like it though. It's nice. It's made by, I don't have my glasses on, so you guys have to read this for me. There you go. That's who makes it. There you go. Whew, now to finish the job. I'm signing off for now. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another episode of the Border Hookups. Please remember to subscribe and to ding that bell so that we can let all of you know as to when we have more episodes coming out. Go, Jacqueline, go.
Wow, that was pretty fast. I don't think I could do that fast. I don't think I could talk that fast, but I'm going to try. So thank you so much for being here. And please, if you like what you saw, place a comment below, give us a thumbs up. Consider becoming a member because we have perks. And we'll see you all out here or there.
See y'all out here. Dear Lord.
I know. Anyway, thanks, guys.
Thanks. Hey everybody, today, what do you start it with again? What do you say again?
Welcome to another Healthy Living Tip with Jacqueline.
Okay. Welcome to another Healthy Living Tip with Dave. Today I'm talking about health and what
Are you kidding me? Oh, you should have just kept going. I could have interrupted you right there.
What is it?
Ways to measure your...
Okay, ways to measure. Healthy Living Tip with Jacqueline.